Hey everybody, my name is Chad Norris and I've been a missionary with Rio Missions for the last 2 years now. I want to share with you a little bit about me and how I got started doing this. 3 or 4 years ago I was at Pentecostal Theological Seminary in Cleveland, Tennessee, and I really felt like that God was impressing upon my heart to take as many missions classes as I could. I always really had an interest in missions, but to be honest, I never really felt like I had the gifts or the talents to do it. I've always been kind of a quiet, introverted guy, and when I look all around me at the firebrand speakers and everybody who can be such a powerful speaker, I didn't really feel like I could match up to that. But I felt like I wanted to do it because I wanted to give it a shot. So I graduated with a Master of Divinity in Ministry Leadership back in 2022. But then after that, I entered into a chaplaincy program at CHI Memorial Hospital in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and really felt like for the first time that God had given me talents and gifts that I could use in ministry. I've always felt like I was a good listener, like I could empathize with people, and I really felt like I got good feedback and good encouragement from my peers around me, from the staff and from a group of ministers who really encouraged me. And it was a 1-year program. It was called CPE, which stands for Clinical Pastoral Education. And essentially how it works is you have your clinical hours that you got to hit every single week where you're out on the floors visiting patients. And then you have your educational hours where you spend with your peers and you go over visits and how you can improve and do better and anything that you might have been struggling with in your life that may prevent you from ministering effectively. And this was a really enriching time, but also a difficult time because it was a time where I needed to confront things that I never really had confronted in the past, things that were holding me back from doing ministry well, like not knowing how to deal with sadness, heartbreak. But I really did enjoy it, and I really found out that I loved just being a part of something meaningful, something that gave hope and gave life to people in the midst of darkest circumstances. And I think that's what led me to the mission field, is that I wanted to be a part of something significant. Even if I felt like I didn't have it within myself to do it, God showed me that out on the hospital floor that He would be with me in each room that I went into, and that He would give me the words to say, and He would give me the strength that I needed in order to minister effectively. And how God brought me to Rio is after my chaplaincy job ended, my parents moved closer to Maryville, Tennessee to be closer to my sister and her family. And after my job ended, I had to move back in with my parents to find work. I tried to apply for many different chaplaincy jobs, and nothing was really panning out. And I started going to church with my parents here at Rio Townsend. Got to know Pastor Ronnie a little bit and shared my heart that I felt like I definitely wanted to do ministry, and I knew that he was very involved in missions and had been for a very long time. And he was getting ready to go on a mission trip to Uganda, and he told me that this would be a very difficult trip and it's not for the faint of heart. I remember on this first trip to Uganda, on the way over on the plane, there were several instances where I was like, I wish I was back home. I wish I had a comfortable bed. I wish I wasn't sitting here in this very uncomfortable seat with a million of my closest friends. But then I realized any personal struggles that I may feel, any discomfort that I may feel is minuscule in comparison to the suffering that millions of people around the world face due to persecution or lack of resources or anything else. Because at the end of the day, what's going to matter? The only thing that's going to matter is whether or not I knew Jesus, if you knew Jesus, and if we did everything we could to share Him with those around us. And I want to be a part of that, and your support is a big part of making that happen. So if you feel led to give to my ministry, I humbly ask you to consider doing so. Any amount you can give would be great, and I would be very thankful to partner with you in this very important mission. God bless you all, and thank you for watching.